Objective 10 is to convince you to use a questionnaire. And if you just put a questionnaire in an office, you'll be amazed at how many people have dry eye. If you were to name the most 25 prominent ophthalmologists in the country in LASIK and cataract surgery, one of them said, you know, we don't have any dry eye in the office. It's not much. So he was convinced to put a questionnaire in his office. And when they did the analysis after a month, he called up and he ordered a LipiFlow, sight unseen. And the reason was that on an average day, they had 40 to 50 people going through that facility who had dry eye where the speed questionnaire was over 6. And he treats a lot of people today. He's had to increase his staff. So use a questionnaire. Now, what you should understand about a questionnaire is, unfortunately, symptoms remain the gold standard. If we came back 100 years from now, we'd have better methods. But it's 2012, not 2112, and history is still the gold standard. So when we elicit symptoms, it's difficult. And there was an ocular surface index, which is by Allergan. That's validated, and it's an excellent questionnaire, but it deals more with lifestyle, the quality of life issues. Can you drive? Do you get glare at night? Do your eyes bother you when you read? And we developed the SPEED questionnaire, and the SPEED was an acronym for words that I kind of remember: eye evaluation of dry eye. But a resident named it SPEED because before it took him 20 minutes to take a history, and with this it took him 2 minutes. So he just named it SPEED and invented the acronym. And we published this in 2005. It's now been validated. And validation of a questionnaire is a long story. It's expensive. But what it basically means is it does pick up dry eye. Now, let me start down here. Burning or watering. We ask them that question. And what does that tell you right away? When you have burning and watering, it tells you that the protective layer of tears on the ocular surface is not adequate to protect the corneal nociceptors. That's what it tells you. So you know that immediately. And dryness or grittiness, that tells you mechanical. That probably tells you whether you have lid wiper epitheliopathy. And the other are non-specific factors, but you shouldn't miss eye fatigue. So the way this questionnaire is designed is there's the dryness, there's the soreness, there's the burning, and there's the eye fatigue. And it tells us at this visit within 72 hours, and then they fill out the frequency, sometimes, often, constant, and symptoms, how bad are they. Then you score all this. A tech can score it easily without any other areas. The max is 28. Anything more than 6 is clinically significant. And anything over 15 is look out, particularly if it's chronic. But we should also ask, how long have the symptoms been present? Are the symptoms worse than they were 1 or 2 years ago? And what is the correlation to MG function and meibography?